Welcome back to work. This is Work Conversations. Today, we're talking to Christina Pardy. Christina Pardy was someone I met because I was wearing one of her hats. I bought it in like a little boutique. I loved it. It had like a detachable pom-pom, and it was like this beautiful shade of green. And I don't know, I really love her brand, which is Shit That I Knit. And I really, really love the hats. I love a winter hat like nobody's business. And she DM'd me. I remember I was in Boston, I was wearing the hat, and she DM'd me, and then we started to have an exchange, and she had built Shit That I Knit from Boston. She had turned it into a really neat business. She was in the middle of doing licensing partnerships with the NFL. I had her come to Barstool. She came and we had a conversation, which we'll share a little bit with you. And then a couple weeks ago, I was riding the train, and I saw a post from her on Instagram. I had started to follow her at some point, and she had a carousel of her last year, and she was talking about the decision to shut down or to sell Shit That I Knit, the realization that she couldn't keep the business going, the journey for her personally in terms of what that meant for her self-esteem and her ego and her pride and her, you know, how she felt about herself as an entrepreneur. And I felt, as someone who's in the middle of a struggling retail business, I was so like gutted by it. I was just like really, really taken by it. And I was really inspired by how something really difficult and heart-wrenching and overwhelming was also so fortifying, and her conviction and her resolve and her grace as she moved through that chapter into her next one, I felt more people need to talk about this. I think one of the things that people don't talk a lot about right now is that, you know, for businesses to survive in, you know, the olden days, quote unquote, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, all anyone was doing was chasing revenue. And it didn't matter that you were profitable, and no one was looking at the P&L. And it was kind of this bubbly hype thing on, if you're growing, grow at all costs. And the world has really changed. COVID changed things. Post-COVID changed things. Tariffs changed things. Inflation changed things. And now businesses are under a lot of pressure to have good fundamentals, which makes sense. You kind of think you never should have lost that all along. But the pressure is on right now to have a solvent business and a business that is profitable. And as a result, a lot of those businesses which were propped up by paid ad spend or hype or investor money, they're no longer in business, and they're no longer in existence. And I don't think there is a lot of conversation about that dismount. And I thought Christina was a really good person to hear from. And so this is a glimpse into our conversation about her journey with Shit That I Knit. I love this sweater.
Oh my God, I was just laughing. What's that like scene in Mean Girls? Like, so-and-so is wearing this, so I'm now wearing this. Like Maggie Rogers was in the new J. Crew campaign, and I was like, Maggie Rogers is wearing it. I'm going to go buy it.
Is this J. Crew?
Yeah.
J. Crew is having a moment.
They really are.
It's so fun. I'm happy for them.
Me too. I went in there and I was like, for one, there's a new store, and I was like, going in.
It's so funny. I was in Williamsburg yesterday, walking through Williamsburg, and there's like a fancy J. Crew in Williamsburg. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, the men's stuff is so nice. Okay, so we're just going to have a free-for-all conversation. You okay with that?
Yeah, totally fine with that.
So one thing, so Sarthik is on here too. You can't see Sarthik, but he's lovely. Hi. Sarth, Christina came on my podcast in person for Token. So one thing I think we should do for this one is to go back to that.
Yeah.
Because I think what I'm interested in, Christina, is like the journey and the end of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think definitely. A lot of founders and people are going through that. And I think you just talked about it in such a nice way.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I'm happy to chat about that. Happy to put it all out there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So like, tell us your story. Like, who are you? Where do you come from? Like,
I'm Christina. I'm the founder of Shit That I Knit, and I'm from Boston. So Boston girl,
born
and raised.
Okay.
Yeah, went to school at Skidmore, so left for a couple of years.
A little bit.
Came right back.
It's the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I've always lived in Boston, and I love to knit. And so,
when did you learn how to knit?
When I was 10.
Okay, and who taught you?
My mom.
Your mom. Your mom was a good knitter?
I'm better than her now.
Well,
I had to fire her after a while. But yeah, she taught me when I was 10 because we spent our summers in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
Okay.
There's not a lot going on.
Do.
Nothing to do on a rainy day.
It's cold.
So, it's cold. So loved to knit, kept it up through.
And what was your knitting? What was your knitting? What was your go-to? Like, were you a scarf person?
I was a hat person. I would knit hats because I have ADD and a hat is quick to knit. I wouldn't get sick of it. So knit hats all the time. And so I started the Instagram account when I was 25, Shit That I Knit.
Okay, so wait. Sorry, small non sequitur is that Mrs. Portnoy knits me a scarf every year for Christmas.
No way.
Like I have a little purple one. I have a matching scarf and hat for like 3 years running. It's my favorite gift ever.
Oh my gosh,
I think it's
so
amazing to know how to knit. I would love to know how to knit.
I'll teach you.
Do you like sit in front of your TV and you're like, you got the little, what do you call the things?
Needles.
The darn
needles. You finish something with a darning needle.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a 3-year-old and a 4-month-old now, so I feel like the 3-year-old ruins my knitting. So
I bet
I don't knit as much.
Like there's
with her.
And
and she's like wants to do it. And I'm like, no, you're gonna mess this up.
Okay, so you spend your summers in Nova Scotia. Your mom teaches you how to knit. Are you the only kid in your family that learns how to knit?
She taught me and my sisters. I have 2 sisters, and they were not as good as me. And I loved it. I think I love doing something with my hands.
Yeah.
Like I need to constantly be doing something. And so I just kept it up through middle school. Very cool. Very popular.
Yeah, 100%.
High school.
Nothing says hot.
Nothing says hot.
High schooler,
and even in college.
Knitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm at home.
Oh my God, you were the girl in college knitting? That's actually amazing. Were you a hippie? You don't seem like a hippie.
No, not a hippie. And I partied quite a bit. So it was sort of a dichotomy.
Probably a good hangover thing.
Yeah.
It's like comforting.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
But I just loved to knit. I almost failed out of school because I was knitting stupid things and I just didn't start my art history final paper and came in like a week before it was due and I said I wanted to switch my topic and they were like, you can't do that.
Not so much.
Yeah, you don't have time.
So when you graduated from college, what did you think you were going to do?
I went into sales because I was an art history major and wasn't going to do much with that. So I went into tech sales. I worked at a company called Level Up in Boston, pay with your phone. So I was like literally calling pizza shops and selling them this payment system.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible.
Were you good at it or not good at it?
I was really good at it.
You were good at it?
Yeah. I love sales. And I was cold calling all the time. I hated it, but
loved it.
But I was making good money and it was fun. So
and still knitting around. And like, did you outfit everyone you liked in college with hats? Like, it's you know who you were dating because of all the knitwear they were wearing.
Well, there's a old wives' tale. You're not supposed to knit for a boyfriend because it'll unravel. Which my high school boyfriend dumped me, and my mom was like, "You shouldn't have done that."
So you're in sales. You've knit for your friends in college, and is your mom still alive?
Yes.
Does she still knit?
Yeah, she knits a lot. Yeah.
Did you make her work for you?
She did for a little bit because I made her be my unpaid intern while we knit hats for a whole summer and went to a market in Boston in the fall.
Sour market?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, okay.
So I did that for 2 weekends. So I was like 25 and like showing up with a really rackety like pop tent. My mom, my dad. I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm such a loser. This is so
I don't
weird.
think so. What did you decide to lay out the first time your first pop-up? Anything?
Random assortment of scarves and
like
hats.
Holiday stuff?
No, it's just like hats, fall. And I had a really bad Vistaprint sign that said shit that I knit on it. And
did you trademark that?
Yep. No, I couldn't trademark it because it's considered aggressive.
Oh,
so I
really?
might have to keep going back. It was just how much money I wanted to spend in legal fees.
That's a lot.
But
so sorry. You're calling on the pizza places. You're like Level Up. You're crushing the sales. You're knitting on the side. Then when's the moment where you're like, I'm going to do this for real?
So I was at another sales job by this time, and I was like knitting hats all the time. I had done a whole season. I had a team of women in Boston knitting for me.
Okay.
So they would after like.
How did you recruit them?
On Instagram. I said like, are you like me? Like, would you prefer a Friday night knitting at home and drinking a glass of wine or a bottle of wine? And I thought it was going to be all 65-year-old women, and then it was all 20-somethings who all just love to knit, like on their commute or
Netflix,
Wherever,
whatever.
yeah.
So it was just this great group
That's
of young
amazing.
girls. Yeah.
Okay. And then how did you pay them? Did you pay them per item?
Per item. And so I had to move home.
You were living, you're living in Boston in an apartment. Okay.
And I moved back to my parents' house. They live in Beacon Hill.
Okay.
The girls or women would come to my parents' house, pick up yarn, go home and knit it and bring it back.
Okay.
And it was great. It was a great test into production, see how it worked.
Did you pay them in cash?
I think I cut some checks.
Okay, fine.
I was not great at like quality control. I'd be like, it's fine, and pay them. And
oh shoot, because that'd be a little bit. You'd be like, I don't know.
Small, or like, this isn't really right. So it was great, but it wasn't very scalable because it was me organizing. People all over Boston.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Kind of crazy. So that was our first season.
All right. So that was, and you're still doing your day by day sales job.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So then when was the moment where you're like, screw the sales job?
I was at work and I was like, I'm doing both things half-assed. Like I'm not hitting my quota. Yeah. I am grabbing like pretty coworkers. All I'm thinking about is knitting. I was like grabbing my coworkers and be like, want to come model next to this brick wall? And I'd like do it. And then so when I ended up quitting my job, I was like, I need the computer to get all these photos.
Yeah. Just need to take that. I'm not stealing any information. Just my knitting models. Okay.
And I was 25 and I said to my parents, like, hey, let me do a year. Let me give it a shot. Like, if it doesn't work, I can go another sales job, right? Like, and I don't know what I thought would.
They were supportive?
They were supportive. They were like, okay. I think their parents were like, you're crazy for letting
your grandparents were like this?
No, their parents. Like, their friends.
Oh, their friends.
Their friends were like, you're totally insane. Why would you?
But why not?
Why not? Why not give it a shot?
Cares? Yeah.
And I was like, I just think I'll like look back. What if I'm 33 someday with kids? And I look back and say, I had this idea. I could have done it. Yeah. And so I wanted to try it out. So that's
okay. So then what happens?
Then I did a Kickstarter.
Okay.
I raised $25,000.
That's a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. It was like in 24 hours. It was really quick.
That's amazing. Why? What was your pitch? Like, what was your story?
I had a great video. I did a lot of my own PR for it. And it was just, I was selling the beanies we were making at a discount. And so I figured this was a great way for me to
The beanies are so thick.
Yeah, they're really thick.
They're really,
sometimes they're like too hot. Like, got to figure out a mid layer.
I know. I love a hot. I mean, I've never met a piece of wool that I did not like.
They're really nice. They're really soft.
Okay, wait. So you're using all the tools of the internet. I love
this.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was Instagram and Kickstarter, and just did that. And I mean, there are easier ways to get $25,000, but it was a great marketing ploy for me and a great way to get in front of a lot of people, customers, having our hats.
And then how did you keep up with the supply?
So that's when I realized probably can't keep this adorable group in Boston.
Yeah, not gonna
like they've got vacation to go on and other things going on. So
and whatnot. Yep.
So I started Googling things. I have no experience in manufacturing or doing anything. Just Googled and found a group that connected me to the group we still work with today down in Lima, Peru. And so
is it a group of women?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And they have other brands they work with. So they had like an over demand of women who are knitting.
Oh, okay, great.
And so tapped into them. And so today we employ about 400 women who all can knit.
Wow. How many hats do you make a year now?
Tens of thousands. It's a lot.
Tens of thousands of hats?
It's a lot of hats. And it's like mostly in Q4. So it's like pretty much like full on anxiety all year, and then sell them between like November and December.
You're like making. Do you decide?
It's like no money.
Yeah, poor.
Yeah, and then like I'll take you out to dinner like November 30th. But like other than that, I'm like, no, it's done. I am very poor right now.
Okay, that's so cool. Okay, so that's amazing. So now you're doing the NFL. Do you like working with them?
I do. I love working with them. No, but I really do. And it's similar thing. Like once you're in,
so they're like, we'll have a bajillion hats. Is that what they say?
So we have licensing rights to use the logos. So we're a partner of the NFL. So we sell on our website and then in Fanatics.
Okay, so this is why you can have the Patriots on your...
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we sell, Patriots, beanies, Giants.
And do you mark that up to pay for the royalty?
Yeah. And they also have like, the cool patch on it and the name. And,
cool, but
you have all these added things.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we can sell them all over the place.
That's fun.
Opened up a whole new world for me. I'm not like the most sports-centric person, so I've learned a lot about football. It's like my first year ever watching football and caring.
Oh, really?
Like I was like, oh, now I understand how big the playoffs are. I started like loving the bills.
Oh, the bills are great.
They're great. And I loved the color of our hats for the bills. I was like, I like this.
Oh, okay. The bills are great. Josh Allen and the guy with the heart thing.
Yeah,
like,
that was
a great
wild,
year for that.
and their fans are really fun, but I should be a
You
Patriots
should make hats
fan.
with the numbers.
We're talking to that.
Now it's not the time to join the Patriots. Like if you're
No. I was like, I think I should just pick a different team.
Definitely.
Right?
Don't even bother.
Don't kill me, anyone in Boston. But we're talking the NFLPA because you need a separate license to put numbers on things.
So what's next? So now you're doing all these licensing partnerships. You're in a lot of retailers. Do you sell to someone who then sells to the end boutique?
We sell directly to boutiques, and then we also sell into like Nordstrom and Anthropologie.
God, you're really big.
Kind of.
Can
we
you say
feel
how big
small.
your business is?
We're a multi-million-dollar business,
God,
which
that's
is
so amazing.
It's
Your
cool.
mom's so proud.
They are proud of me. They're really supportive, and it is kind of wild. Like
your sister's like, "What the fuck?
Yeah, we shouldn't have made fun of her." I mean, they came up with a name. They're like, "You're a loser. You should have a website called Shit That I Knit." And I was like, "Okay,
that's a good idea.
GoDaddy.com."
Good for you.
But yeah, I have my moments of like, I'm such a loser still. But
how are you as a boss?
I think I'm a good boss. I think I could be better.
Okay.
I learn a lot from you. I love listening to your podcast. I love your no bullshit advice. Yeah.
Shit That I Knit is on brand for
yes.
what we talk about.
Yes, exactly. I really respect it. I think.
Yeah, it's like you got to call it like it is.
Yeah, call it like it is.
People are so ridiculous. They're so inauthentic. I was having this conversation the other day that someone was like, people just are fake. And it's like, you shouldn't be fake. Yeah. People disagree at work. Weird things happen at work. Weird things happen to people.
Yeah, definitely.
So, anyways.
You're like, you should be in the office. You should be working hard.
Yeah,
I just
do that.
Respect that. Just like work hard and then you'll get a promotion.
How is it having such a small company though? Like, is it catty?
No, I don't think it is catty. No, it's a really nice group of women, and it's just
people are passionate.
People are really passionate about it. I like sometimes I'm like, oh my god, you guys, like I love how they've taken my dream and made it into their dream and
place.
Yeah. And I really treat everyone. I'm like, we're all entrepreneurs because I have no idea what I'm doing. So you have no boss telling you this is exactly how it's been done. So you have to figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, then I'm going to fire you.
Have you fired anyone?
Yeah. A couple people. And I'm pretty quick about that.
Definitely gotta be quick about it.
It's I feel like that's like the biggest thing to learn. It's like you let it linger for too long. It's like, ugh.
It's the worst. It
terrible.
kills you more.
It's like getting the X.
Yeah, it is the worst.
It's the worst. So.
Now work.
All right, so I was on something on the internet on the train, and I think I came across your Instagram. I think it might have been on your Instagram. And I've always loved Christina. I wear her hats. Like, I love her vibe. Like, I love that shit is in the title of her company. Like, she's a perfect woman. And I was reading your post about, I don't know if you would call it the end of Shit That I Knit or just like the end of that part of the journey for you. And it really, really hit me. And I loved how you talked about, which I don't want to spoil it, but describe a little bit like your journey over the last like 3 years. Cause I think we probably talked maybe like 3.5 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe, but give the journey of your company and then let's put context to what you were writing about.
Okay. So the journey of the last 3 years was coming off of 7 years of running a crazy growing business, all very exciting, which started out with me just loving to knit, loving to swear and combining the two and selling things in Boston.
And what's better than that? Knitting and swearing.
Figured it out. And I love selling things. Like I think I'm not like a person who's going to be on Etsy, like making. I really wanted to like build a brand and sell product. And so I loved it. And I grew the business to be quite large. And I think when you and I spoke, it was about the NFL partnership. So we were, I think that's what it was. So we got this great NFL licensing deal after doing Team USA for the Beijing Olympics. So I was really getting into licensing, which was really exciting, learning a lot about sports. But every single year around the same time, I would have to raise money or figure out how to finance inventory, being a really seasonal business. And so basically the last 3 years, I had kids. So that added into it, but also I kind of had to reflect and say, I'm doing the same thing every single year. This isn't working. I need to put a critical lens on this and I need to make a decision to do something differently because this isn't working and I can't go into another spring feeling like a huge fat loser with no money who needs money to buy hats for the next year.
Yeah, you just like depleted.
I just depleted.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
I think quick pause there. This being my first at Barstool, we did everything print on demand. So we didn't carry a lot of inventory. It was always such a runaway success. We never worried about any of that stuff. And coming into a retail company, people really don't appreciate how far in advance you have to have money to do something. 2, how hard that money is to get. And then 3, the enormous risk you're taking that you don't sell through everything. Like, it's a heartbreaker. It's awful. Like, I had such a better, if I had read your post 3 years ago, I wouldn't have had the appreciation that I have now in this business of like, oh my God, it is like soul wrecking to go through that cycle.
Yeah. And to do that 10 years in a row is kind of like, all right, the jig is up. Like, unless I go and raise enough money that can float me for the next 5 years, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And it's so risky. And being primarily direct to consumer, you don't have any idea where you're going to land until it's too late.
There's no cushion.
There's nothing. And one year people love the pink hats, and the next year they don't. And you're sitting on a million pink hats that no one wants. I mean, it's just,
the whole cycle. It's okay, really so you get to the point of like, I can't keep doing this. Like the definition of insanity. You've been doing it, didn't work. And what was the catalyst to take a different step?
I think it was just, I can't keep doing this. We were coming off of a season that was good but not great, where we really needed to hit pretty lofty goals in order for me to feel super confident going into the next year. And I had a hard year before that too, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I wasn't settled on one decision. It was more like I need to figure out a different path forward, whether it's going out to, I sort of gave myself a few options to keep it flexible and, not be like, this is the one thing that has to happen. But I was like, either I need to sell the business, I need to go raise a bunch of money, or I need to completely rework the business plan to the point where maybe like I was considering like, maybe I'm running this like a Christmas tree farm, and I literally shut down all operations until November, and then I pick back up, and I'm just financing inventory, but I'm not doing anything else. Like I'm just, farming the land. So I really like gave myself those 3 different options to explore, and had during the next 6 months, I let go of pretty much my entire team, and told my team in Peru, where I was doing all my production, that we wouldn't be moving forward with anything until I had a firmer idea of where we were going. And I spent that time having like the most probably at least over 100, 200 soul-crushing conversations with people about what to do with my business and what I should do. So it was,
it's such an emotional time too, because it's like, it wears on your soul and on your body and on your mind, and also letting go of these people and the dream too. Like the dream is hard.
Like I kind of like couldn't even let myself cry about it, because I was like, I think if I start crying, I won't stop. Like I have to kind of just like autopilot. Power through. Like I definitely cried, but like just I was like, I really can't feel right now. I need to kind of stay numb and keep moving. And it was, from me, it was like I have a series of really difficult, awful, stomach ache worthy decisions that need to be followed by actions, like over and over and over again. Till your eyes bleed. It's not to be like really dramatic. I mean, people have done much worse things, but it was
no. But it is like I think it's a really good first person look on when something isn't working, because it's a series of decisions that you have to act upon. It's like the eat the frog thing. Like you got to eat the frog every day. You're like, I got to get the worst thing done.
Yeah. And I put off a lot of the worst things. And I was like, why didn't I just eat the frog 2 weeks ago? I could have gotten that done. Like it was a good learning for me too. And it's interesting. I have this crazy planner that's all about goal setting, and I would watch these things get moved from day to day. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, just get it done. Get the worst thing done. Cut it. Do it. Rip off the Band-Aid.
So then what did you do with shit that I knit? Like, so what happened to did you sell it? Did you sell it?
So I sold the majority of it, or I moved production. It's sort of like how to come with legal terms, to another brand in New York. So the plan was that I would come on and run their cold weather and work with our production in Peru and grow the same assortment but underneath a different brand. And so that made me feel really good. I was like, it's another female founded brand. It's keeping the women in Peru employed, which I really cared about, and the product was so amazing and continues to be amazing. So I felt like it was a good outcome given.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So now, do you have a job there? Are you an employee?
I did for a while, which is great. Like, I really helped the transition over, and it was all positive. But I think it was time. I think everyone has these experiences where then it's time to move on and do something else.
Yeah, you're like, I'm good. I've done this.
Yeah. So they're fine. They've got a great team.
And describe, so if you're speaking to people who are also seeing something not work, despite the greatest intention and the beauty of the idea and the feel of the product, what really struck me was your discipline and how you moved through it. Like, you talked a lot about how you could have drowned your sorrows in wine every night, but you're like, I got strong and I cried way more than I wanted to. But talk about that. How did you manage the grief process and the change process?
I really just, like we were talking about, had to become a little bit numb and really methodical. And being in sales in general, you kind of know it just takes one, or it's a numbers game. And so I felt like as long as I was I kind of made up my own quotas of how many people I needed to talk to in a given day. And if that desired outcome didn't come of that, what could I come of that? How could I get them to introduce me to someone else? Or, how could I further along, or how could I learn from that pitch that went terribly? So I really tried to be really just take the emotion out of it. I did get really into weightlifting because my mom was like, I think you need some endorphins. I think you need to come work out. So I got really addicted to.
I'm going to lift weights.
Lifting really heavy weights. Turns out I'm really strong. So I got really into that, which was just such a nice release. And I also, when you're going through something like that, at least for me, while it took up 100% of my brain, it didn't take up 100% of my time. I kind of needed to create gaps in my day to be I'm going to email 10 people, but I can't email them again the next day. I got to find something else to do. You don't want to look too desperate. So working out became a big thing, and just finding little things that brought me joy. I got addicted to listening to the Smartless podcast. I was I'll go for a walk for an hour and laugh by myself like a weirdo and then get back to it. So just trying to stay sane and stay happy, but feeling pretty low. God, this is sad.
I think that's so great. I think it's so courageous. I think it's so good to talk about. It's so good to talk about. And then how are you going to reinvent yourself? What are you going to do next?
I don't know. People are like, oh, are you going to come up with another business? I think I'm so burnt out right now that and to your point just about how difficult retail is and inventory, I want to tattoo it on my big forehead. No inventory ever again. Yeah. I have been consulting for other brands, which has been really fun. Just learning about, their business, and it's nice to solve other people's problems. And I've been working for a totally randomly different than what I've been doing for a very high-end golf course. So just taking my skills somewhere else, but
that's awesome.
But it's fun, and taking a little bit of a downshift, which is, I think, okay for a minute to sort of reassess and
100%.
Not be
and how did you get your head around that? Because I think sometimes the worst enemy of your downshift is your insecurity of I got to be going in overdrive. I got to try it again. I can't fail. How did you mitigate that?
I don't think I've mitigated it. I think I still have those thoughts, and sometimes I'll be busy and working on lots of stuff, and then have a few days I'm I don't really know what I'm doing, and what am I doing? Why? I am still a very driven person, and love to work, and so it is a little bit of an identity crisis. But I'm trying to check that and be okay, let's just remember where we were a year ago and how badly I wanted to be a little bit bored, or be able to be more involved in my kids' lives, or thoughtful about a friend's birthday. I didn't have any space in me for that a year ago. I just couldn't think of anything outside of the doomsday.
Yeah, you're like numbed it to the point of like you're the Terminator. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, so now it's nice to like think of someone else, like,
yeah, absolutely. You're like, I'm a lovely friend.
Yeah. I can come out to lunch, or I can volunteer for X, Y, and Z.
I can make a meal.
Yeah. I still can't really make a meal, but I can,
okay.
I can buy you a meal. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so impressed by you. I think it's so inspiring. Like as we, like in this chapter of my life, as I'm like trying to navigate through retail and supply chain and where the stuff is on the water and when it gets here. It's like funny. I saw a friend of mine yesterday. She's like, you seem awfully calm for what's going on in your world. And I'm like, I know, because you just have to like zen out a little bit. Like in the beginning of really hard change and transformation, I think you like burn so much energy where you get frenetic about it. And I'm like, the more frenetic I am, just the more tired I am. Like I'm like, the more chill we are and rational and just this works or it doesn't, it just helps the process.
Yeah. And when I was in the thick of running my business and like things would get stuck in customs, or, orders aren't going out in time, whatever disaster of the day was happening, I always tried to remind myself and my team, it's like, we're not selling life-saving medication here. That's a hat. So we all need to remember what we're doing, that, this is an accessory. This is
not, perspective.
Medication, I think will be okay.
100%.
But it is hard when you're in the thick of it and something's
It's hard to find that.
Yes.
It's funny because I do think selling things to people, or like a brand where you're making something you hope someone wants and you're taking action to help them get there. One of my biggest observations of working in e-commerce and retail is it is a constant fire drill. Like Barstool was a fire drill in that like somebody was mad at somebody and there's like outrage and fervor, but like it really, there was nothing material about it besides reputation, I guess. And in this business, it's like, gosh, you have to find millions of dollars or X hundreds of thousands of dollars to do something. And then if something goes wrong with it, or it gets lost, or it's just it's difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's really hard. I don't miss it, and I don't envy people who are, especially dealing with tariffs now and whatever else is going on. It just kind of feels like things are happening to you. It's not much you can control, and then
you're really powerless.
Yeah,
in some ways, like it's
right.
That's interesting. Okay, well, I'm so inspired by you. I hope you keep me posted on everything you do next.
I will. Thank you for having me, and it's always fun to chat with you. I'm so inspired by you, so this has been fun to
I feel the same, and I love your hats so much, so I will still be proudly wearing them.
I'll send you, I have a crazy suitcase in my basement. I'll send you a new one.
Oh, that's fun, like the leftover pink ones. I'm all in. All right, thank you, Christina. Have a great day.
Erica.
Appreciate you.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Now work.
All right, so thank you for listening to Work. That was Work Conversations. We're so excited for you to go on the journey of a new version of what this podcast or what this conversation looks like. Quick reminder, you can listen to NetNet, so that's Work NetNet, which is about headlines. You can listen to Work Underlined, which is where Suhan and I delve into a particular topic. You can get my unsolicited advice, which is Q&As. And then you can hear more conversations with people who are in the midst of their own journey at work. So that's it. You can follow us on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm Erika, and you can follow this podcast wherever you get your podcasts.